Um, the reason why I say that, I mean, I know sometimes people may say, 40, 50 years may be a long time, but it may be a long time for you. May not be a long time for that victim. Maybe that person is scared. A lot of women are scared of what it may do to them in their career or their future. Will this mess me up if I come forward? Will there be some type of retaliation? So we are not in anyone's shoes and we can't pass judgment for those that have had some sexual crime against them, because it's fear. A lot of it is fear. You're scared. And so who are we to say there should be a time limit? Some people can take things to their grave and never say anything. Your NFL headlines and some, I'm sorry, and some people can. Here are five some people just can't. I'm so sorry. Some people just can't hold it in anymore. And to me, it always takes one person to make others step forward. I remember there was a movie, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. There was a female, her gynecologist. She felt that the examinations were wrong, and they were wrong. And until she came forward, it was so many other women that this doctor did these sexual acts to them, and of course, in the movie, he wound up killing himself. But um, no, when it comes to certain things, I think that a person shouldn't have a time limit. You don't know how it affects their life, and when they just have a breaking point. So no, I mean,
Okay.
I'm not here to judge anyone who makes the decision to come forward.
All right. Okay. LT, do you think there should be a statute of limitations or not?
No, I don't think there should be one.
Okay. All right. You go ahead with
Are
that.
you ready? Go!
I do think those people should be put under a microscope and asked, like, even though I 100% agree with Breezy, a person that has gone through a traumatic event like that, you can't force them to come forward. You know, you can't expect them to be of sound mind and emotional state to want to act against their accuser. And when it's happening in the entertainment industry, again, like Breezy was saying, a lot of these people, they're under contract, they've already signed an NDA, and yeah, it might affect their career to speak out against this person, even if what they're saying is true. And we can all say that, oh, well, if someone hurt me like that, I wouldn't care about my career. But that's some bullshit, because how many times has your boss hurt your feelings and you just took it and got back to work? How many times has one of your superiors said something to you that just rubbed you the wrong way, but you had to get back to work? You got to go through the proper channels to do the complaint. And sometimes you don't even want to do it because you're afraid of how it might come back to you. So I don't feel as though that we can tell a person who has been assaulted that you have this amount of time to tell us before we take it seriously. I do, however, think that we should analyze everything that they say. You should be able to walk us through this. You should be able to address this person. We should be able to know your background. If you're going to tell us things about this person, we need to know things about you, especially if you're actually trying to bring this person to justice. You need to be able to cooperate to the best of your abilities, especially if you've been holding this in for years. I hate hearing these stories of it was all a blur or I can barely remember anything. You can barely remember anything, but you can remember distinctly that this person hurt you or took something from you. So the process needs to get more in depth. I mean, I say all this to say Diddy definitely did that shit. Like he did that shit to Cassie, he did that shit with their man. He liked that. Um, but yeah, I'll never say that a person has a time limit to reveal their truth, no matter, especially a traumatic event.
All right. John, the icon. Do you
Well,
think there should be a statute of limitations or not in this kind of crime?
no.
No. Okay, tell us why.
Are you ready? Go!
Kind of sort of balancing off of what Breezy and LT said. Um, you can't when there's people in power and we see how crazy Diddy is in a lot of situations, um, and possessive Diddy can be in a lot of situations. He is a career maker and a career breaker. So, you know, if there's a situation where someone has someone of that magnitude that has that power of that magnitude, then you can't go back to being just the average person after having this atrocity done to you, unfortunately. Um, and you know somebody else coming out may empower you to speak on what has happened to you and also bring more light to the table. This person could threaten her life. They could threaten her career, her life, her family. Um, I just think that there shouldn't be a time limit on it, but I do believe that the microscope should be placed on the person that is making the allegations because we've seen in a lot of situations where a good person or someone who didn't do it get caught up in a situation where they get accused for it, and especially being a guy, you know, the first thing is you get blamed for it, and you're the villain. You become the villain of the story, you know. So yeah, I do believe that the person should be under a microscope before they place somebody under scrutiny. And no, Michael Jackson did not do it, but yes, Diddy did it because he is very possessive. Period. I mean, that's it for me.
All right. Still gonna let it go down.
Oh yeah,
Exposure.
he hung Wale over the edge of balcony. I forgot about that one. If you want the video, I mean, want the video of them talking about it, I can send it to
Oh, I saw.
you.
I saw it. It's Suge
Oh
Knight style.
yeah, Suge Knight style.
All right. Tim, what do you think? Do you think there should be statute of limitations on a crime of this nature or not?
Nah. Mm.
Okay. Tell us why.
Are you ready? Go!
Just piggybacking from what everybody's saying, it should be no limit for, an individual to feel like they want to, take something to court. Like what Preezy's saying, you got a lot of, individuals might be, in fear for whatever, the case may be, whether it's like threats, or like LT and, John said, family or whatever. I was just sitting here thinking about like all the cases like with the R. Kellys, the Bill Cosby's, and of course now this with Diddy. I try to, you always try not to be judgmental. You always try to put yourself in other people's shoes, and especially with that, that R. Kelly situation. I think stuff ain't really went down to that surviving R. Kelly thing went down, and it's like in one end you can say like, dang, why they waited so long to say something? But like Preezy said, it could be that fear of, what I'm saying, you trying to go against it and people not believing you or whatnot. So it's just one of the things where it's like, nah, you shouldn't. I don't think it should be no limitation, man. John, crazy to think about for real, man. Yeah, man. That R. Kelly situation, man. It's like you had a limitation to that thing, and it's like a lot of people can get away with a lot of stuff if that's the case. You know what I'm saying? Now you imagine like him getting away with all that, allegations of rape and all that stuff. So I mean that's all I really got. Nah, it should be no limitation.
Okay, so everybody is no limit up here so far. And Master P's of your answers. Okay, so I guess I'm the only one who's going to be the opposite on here. I think that there should be statute of limitations. Now I'll tell you why.
Are you ready? Go!
All right. So from your you guys' point of view. I understand what you're saying, and I get why you would say there shouldn't be a statute of limitations, because yes, people live in fear, and it's hard to put a time limit on when somebody should come out and tell their story. That is if they are innocent. If you're thinking about it from the other point of view, the person who's getting accused, who may actually be innocent, I think there should be a statute of limitation, because you shouldn't have to live in fear of someone coming and giving you an accusation and ruining your life. Because there are also people who lie as well too. There are plenty of people who have come out and have lied on somebody else and said they did this, and now their life is ruined. Even if they were proven innocent or whatever, their life is still ruined in the court of public opinion. I went to online school. And online school, I'm gonna give you an example. Online school isn't for everybody. And the reason why it's not for everybody, because you don't have a teacher breathing down your neck telling you when this assignment is supposed to be turned in. You have to be your own person. You have to turn in your assignments on your own. And some people don't need an incentive to turn in the assignments. When you don't have, let's say, a 30-year time limit, statute of limitation to make an accusation to someone, you may never do it. You don't have nothing pushing you, and you let fear take over, because you don't have anything pushing you. You have no incentive, and you'll just sit back. And then on top of that, it's harder to prove if someone did this to you if you wait 30 years later versus 2 years, 10 years, and even 20 years. It's hard to prove if someone did it. Your statistics show they hardly ever convict anybody when it's a fresh case, let alone 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. And then if you wait that long, and again, I understand there's the fear factor in there, you're also letting them off the hook to attack other people and pile up bodies along the way. And I'm sure if Diddy did this, Cassie won't be the only one. And because Cassie, if she did this as a money grab and she didn't let the information come out, or she didn't take her to criminal court, he's still going to be doing it. So I'm in the middle ground with it. Somewhat. I think there should be a statute of limitations. What that perfect number is it 30? Is it 40 years? I don't know. But at some point, I think you have to have some incentive to push you to try to take this guy to court so he'll stop doing this. And on the other end, if it is a money grab, like some of these people with Michael Jackson, if he is innocent, you should be able to at some point not have to look behind your back and worry if somebody's going to make a false accusation.